G'day, comrade subscribers. Let's continue. Well, before we continue on, just going back to the power supplies again. So Jeremy noted, as I was talking about the wall wart plug pack that goes into the wall, and it looked like this was something that you screw into the wall, and Jeremy actually pointed out what it was for. And I've actually got some documentation, and for some reason the first few pages were missing. So this is actual genuine original documentation, and this is stuff I had to print out myself. But here's a picture showing what you're actually supposed to, what you can do in the US to hold it. So there's best to plug into a wall outlet that's continuously live, not one controlled by wall switch. Well, that's normal in Australian ones are always controlled by wall switch. You may want to secure the power transformer to the wall, as in the sketch above. So there we go. So not that I doubted Jeremy, but yeah, it's actually documented in documentation. And then the other point he made was about this additional. So that's the original wall wart, and then you've got the floor-mounted version here that came with this extra piece. I'll just zoom out for it. This extra piece here. So that's where it would normally terminate into the wall, but then this extra piece here was added. Yeah, and I don't remember the. I remember reading something about it, but I actually do have one that is loose. So you can see that it is actually slightly different. Which way does it go around? Yeah. So you can actually see it's slightly different manufacture to this one. So this one's all kind of molded together in one piece, whereas this one is additional. So it does look like that when these ones originally came out, they just plugged straight into the wall. And then there was some engineering change where this was required. So you would add this onto original ones that didn't have it, and then they later on manufactured them with them built in. So what it actually is, I thought I saw a picture of it, because I think it's like glued together. I think it might actually be a fuse or something like that. And it's interesting also that it actually looks to be polarized. I'm not used to seeing American plugs polarized, but you can see one end is actually bigger than the other, which you can also see is mirrored here. You can see that one there is slightly smaller. So that's interesting. I'm not too too interested in the reason why or whatever. But yeah, so there we go. So there's two differences there. Okay, so that's the end of the power, I think. Let's have a look at peripherals. So as we discovered in part one, pretty bland when it comes to ports. I've taken the power supply out of this one, if you remember. So we've got the expansion socket on the side, and then on the back we've got one unmarked DE9 plug, and then a 5-pin DIN. So we're used to those anyway, aren't we? And then another unmarked DE9 plug on the side. So this one on the back is actually for cassette, and it's the first time I've seen a DE9 used for cassette. I think normally it's 3.5mm plugs, or it's a DIN plug, but there is a reason for it. So I've got two cassette cables here. Obviously you can tell this one was originally for the black model, and then this one came out later for the white model, or for the beige model. You notice here it's split. So one, we've got our usual mic and ear, so record and playback, and then motor control. And on this one here, we've got record and motor control only. So what it looks like is that you could actually have two cassette drives, CS1 and CS2. So I'm sure other computers had it, but I'm just trying to think. I don't think any of the other machines that I've worked on allowed for 2 cassette drives. So that's pretty unique. I might have to try that out as one of the videos in this series. Cassette 1, CS1 and CS2. And then later on we've got the beige here, where we've just got the CS1. So I was actually flipping through the manual, and I don't know, I thought it definitely did mention connecting up CS1. Whereabouts was it? I know, this is dead air. I'm sorry. I should come straight to the information. Standby. Here it is. So, cassette interface cable. Blah, 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 by using audio cassette recorders. Blah, blah, blah. You can either use 1 or 2 recorders for this purpose. Using 2 cassette recorders is especially helpful for advanced programming applications. So there we go. And here we go, blah, blah, blah. And then note, the cassette interface cable uses the triple end plug for cassette number 1, CS1, and the double-ended plug for cassette number 2. Cassette 1 may be used for both recording and reading. Cassette unit number 2 may be used for writing only. So yeah, that's what I thought. There we go. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we'll definitely have to try that out. So that's the cassette interface, which we plug into the back. I do actually have a TI data recorder that I've been using on other machines, but it's the beige one. But I do have it. It's a pretty good unit. So there we go. That's the cassette hooked up. Now the joystick. I've got some words to say about this. So the Texas Instruments home computer remote controllers. So I don't know if these are the same model. PHP 1100. PHP 1100. So 2 different styles, both as crap as each other, I guess. It's good that they allowed 2 players, right? So one socket, 2 players. It's what the Amstrad did. It's a pretty long cable. So it's about a meter long. But I don't know, these ones are, I don't know, these could probably do some repair perhaps. But I assume we'll open one up. It's good. I guess it's there's no click or anything, put it that way. But this button, it's mushy as all, and you'll see why. Let's open one up. Actually, maybe let's open one of these ones up. Let's see what's in here. So, really nice keyboard. Shithouse controllers. Okay. Don't want the spring to go sprung. So this is that's Jesus. All right, that comes out like that. So okay, so it's a membrane, which is an interesting way of doing it. Just trying to think of what the easiest way to get this out is. Oh, okay, there we go. So we've got some contacts there. Then we have a membrane there. So basically, the metal there will complete the circuit on the membrane when you push it down. And similar for, how does the fire button work? The fire button is mushy as all hell. How is that supposed to work? There's something metallized on here. Alright, let me have a look. Okay, so I've got the membrane out. That's basically it. So fire button up the top here, and this is actually metallized there, so we do connectivity, continuity test. You can see that that plastic is, there is some sort of coating there. Nothing there, but just up on the end here, which is, which makes sense because I think it actually, yeah. So interesting. So that quite easy to fix, I assume. Just some of that silver paint that I've got that I used on the Thompson keyboard. You could just repaint that silver paint. No problems. That'll probably get it working quite nicely. So then, how did we have it? So that goes in like that, like so. And then we'll actually plug this back in, shall we? There we go. Yeah, so okay, does the job, but well, I guess the proof is in the pudding, as they say, is it? Actually, try it out, and then yeah, because we've got this here, which is what it's pushing against, which is what I don't really like. I think that goes like that, does it? Oh, I don't think it went, oh yeah, no, it went like that, like so. And then we've got these ridges here, which is what would force the fire button to work. Yep. All right. So I'll put that together later on. Alternatively, you can get a modern version. So this I got off Brewing Academy, I think. Allows you to use 2 Atari standard joysticks on the on your TI. So let's add that on now, like so. Okay, I do have a couple other peripherals I've collected over the years. One of the reasons why I've got so many TIs, I guess, because they're cheap, and sometimes, you know, to get these kind of weird peripherals you have to buy the computer. So this is a trackball, WICO Command Control. So it's a third party. You can get it for other systems as well. This is supposedly for the 994A. So I assume it should work. Haven't tried it out yet, but we will do. Might need some servicing. Shall we pull it apart? Pull it apart and have a look. Whoops. Keep track of what screws are for what. No, we'll pull it apart. We'll have a special video on it, I reckon. Yeah, pull it apart in a special video. And one more thing. Ta-da. The Super Sketch. Yeah, I thought this was pretty interesting. Again, I think you can get this for several different systems. This is the one for the 994A. Lift, select, menu, lift. Don't know what that's supposed to do. Don't know if it works. Have to try it out. Like I said, I've had this TI stuff for ages. I just need to kind of figure everything out, get it all working. But it looks like you can use this for sketching something into the computer. Comes with this cartridge that plugs into the computer. Plugs into the side there, and then I guess you've got this release here. Put your piece of paper on there, which is held down by that, and then I guess you could even put a pen in there, couldn't you? And then you move this around, and yeah, so I think this probably deserves its own episode as well, doesn't it? Pull it apart and then give it a test once we get a computer working. So yep, so that's the peripherals I've got. Let's actually pull one machine apart while we're here. Right, so let's pull apart this one with the, I was going to say Maximite keyboard, the nice kind of, although I like the stackball, Mitsumi keyboard. So before we get to that, so let's have a quick look at the block diagram. I don't know if this is the best diagram, but yeah. So the 994A is a bit of an oddball system. So it uses the TMS 9900 CPU, which is actually a 16-bit processor. But in the machine, if you have a look at the bus, poker again. If you have a look at the bus, so we've got a 16-bit bus here to the ROMs, I think, to the ROM, and to the 256 bytes of scratch pad RAM, 128 by 16 or 256 bytes. Then we've got an 8-bit bus over here to the 9918A, which is the video display processor. And that's where we've got this 16K of RAM. So to use the 16K of RAM, you actually have to go via the VDP, not the CPU. The 16-bit CPU, which is we've got an 8-bit address bus. Yeah, so it's a bit of a strange one. Then we have the 9919, which is the sound generator, but I understand that was replaced later on with a different chip. So yeah, and the TMS 9900 is supposed to be an implementation of one of the mini computers, the TI 900 or the TI 990. So yeah, very interesting. Anyway, let's open her up and have a look. So this is one that I took the power supply out yesterday, so I've already got it open. Oh, interesting thing about the display processor also, apparently, because it's been a while, so I need to, apparently the US models output composite, but in the PAL models, so I should have one, I should have an Aussie one here, so it should be PAL, we actually get the kind of component video output. We don't use the 9918A, we use a different chip apparently. I don't know if it's a 9918B or something, we'll find out. So I should have a PAL model, so we'll have to hunt around for that, check out the difference when we make up, and then we'll make up a cable. So here we go, lots of shielding, good old TI. I don't think we have to desolder the shielding, I think, because I've done this before. I think that comes off, so I'll get it prepared and we'll be back. Okay, so let's tidy that up. So actually it does look like I need to undo the board and then I'll be able to take the shield off, because I think the shield is attached with nuts. So I've unscrewed corner, that one in the middle, and I'm going to do this one here. I think they're the only three that I could see. And all, I think, pretty much the same screws as we use for the outside of the case. That seems to be loose now. Yep, there we go. Keyboard's still attached. Looks like we can unplug it. There we go. Look at that shielding, eh? One of these machines costs so much. They made a loss on every machine. So, oh yeah, here we go. So there's the bolts there that I was pointlessly unscrewing. So I'll pull this off, I guess. Pull that one off. And I'll continue on with this, and yeah, we'll be back. I think that was it. So 2 long screws and a short screw. And I was just thinking you could actually test it whilst it's out, because all we need to do is supply power, the 12 volts and plus minus 5 volts to that. So we don't actually have to put it all back together to test it. Alright, is that going to come off? It's not soldered on anywhere, is it? Okay, it is actually hooked in. Okay. Is that going to come off now? It doesn't look like it's just hooked on somewhere. I will figure this out. Can't see any more screws. Can't see any more screws. Dumbass. Okay, short screws. Guess maybe screwing into some sort of heat sink, maybe. Okay, and we've got, this is the ROM, so that'll just come out like that. That comes off. Oh, big chunky bit of aluminium there. Oh, okay, yes, I have been in here before. I've got heat sinks on everywhere. That's no good. That was a waste of time, Brett. You can tell this is the TMS 9900 massive chip there that I've used 2 heat sinks on. But this one wasn't me. So that one's socketed. That one's not. You got no. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That's a bit disappointing, isn't it? But that's the video out there. So I'm just wondering whether we could try powering this up as it is. Or whether I should pull apart another machine. It's a bit boring, isn't it? I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realise I'd been in this one already. I'm just trying to figure out what everything is. So this is the video out there. This is obviously the cassette there. This is the expansion port on the side. That's the ROM. That's a massive CPU. That's the joystick. I know what the pin out of this is. So what I'll need to do is... Oh, actually, no, I don't need... Where's the power supply? I don't need to do anything, do I? I just need to... Actually, I just need to hook this back in here. Like so, and then plug that into the power, and then we can try powering it up. But I need to make a video cable. So I don't know if I ever made a video cable, but I'll make a good one here. I've got lots of practice now, so I'll do that next. So the US model should be pretty simple. NTSC, I think it's just composite video out. So we've got audio pin 1, ground pin 2, 12 volts. That's used for the RF modulator box, so obviously we don't need it. And pin 4 is composite video. So I've got my 5-pin DIN, good quality 5-pin DIN, and I've got my 3-meter AV cable. That I buy in bulk from AliExpress. So I just cut this in half, and I've got 2 1.5 meter cables I can make up. So I'm just doing like that. Quick cut in the middle. There we go. Put this one away for later. So what I'll do is I'll put a bit of glued heat shrink just on here, just to stop these three from splitting any further as well. Come on, man. There we go. Okay. So glued heat shrink, and we'll stick that on first, and then, yeah, alright. Alright, so now the annoying fiddly bit. Tie all the grounds together. So they will go to pin 2, and then tie red and white together for audio, and that'll go to pin 1, and then composite video will go to pin 4. So I will get some small clear heat shrink just to isolate each of those. I'll have to buy some more. Anyway, I shall find some. Right. Okay, before I start, just dip the pins in here, just to make the soldering a bit easier. Okay, see you on the other side. There we go. Hopefully that's right. We've got 3 grounds to pin 2. We've got 2 audio to pin 1, and then we've got the video to pin 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And I've got a little bit of clear heat shrink just to protect each one, but it's all okay. She'll be fine. Okay, give it a little bit of a twist. Try that way maybe. Alright, let me put this all together. Here we go. One TI-9948 composite cable ready to go. So we'll just quickly try this board here. If that doesn't work, then we'll try another machine. And yeah. So I've got it connected up to the computer. Got my Aussie power supply up here. And yep, all connected up, and I'm not getting anything on the screen, so it could be that this machine isn't working. So let's see if I can find one. Well, assuming my cable's correct, I'll try some more machines. This one seems to work. Let me just start recording. Power on. Quite hard actually. There we go. Cool. Ready to press any key? Well, I don't see any. No. All right. TI Basic for final GROM. So I've got the GROM, final GROM. I don't know what's on there. Cool. Okay. Got some stuff on there. Geez, video games too. Amazing. Default option Congo Bongo, as in the Sega one. Okay, cool. I should probably, okay, plug in a keyboard. A, SD, okay, SD. Which one's up and down? Okay. Alright, how do I... What's the other key? I think I paused it there. That was jump. Q's jump. A is jump. There, okay. Well, this is working. So that's composite. That's the composite output. Do you want me to pull this machine apart and we have a quick look at it? I don't really want to pull it apart tonight. I want to find the PAL machine, the Aussie machine. I'm trying, I don't know if maybe this is the one or whether, I don't know if there's some way of telling. How do you tell if it's a PAL machine? This has got the same. Yeah, I might have a quick look underneath all. I think, yeah. Anyway, well, it's working. Hey, well, let's try the joystick, shall we? Okay, stand by. Okay, I've got the cartridge plugged in. I'll just rest that there, and forgot to stop recording. New movie recording. Start and turn this on. So I don't know what this is going to do. Press any key. Press 2 for Super Sketch. Okay. Alright, press menu to proceed. So there's a menu button up there. Cool. Okay. Okay, that's working. Oh, am I supposed to select? Okay. Draw. So, okay, how do I draw? Do I have to press something? Maybe I need to. Ah, okay. Oh, here we go. So I'm drawing. And then I press the lift button. Move it down here. Cool. All right. Maybe we'll look at this next. Pull it apart, give it a clean, and see if we can trace something. What do you reckon? Let me know. Okay. Bye for now.